That's it. The world's out to get me. I can't take it anymore. In fact, I'm done. Now, does that sound familiar to you? Like, no matter what you do, the world just keeps piling on more and more crap until you get to the point where you just feel like you can't take it anymore. Sound familiar? Well, that was me in 2019. I was at rock bottom and I literally thought I was done. I just thought I can't take anything more that this life is throwing at me. I actually wrote a book in 2021 describing these dark episodes from my life. I'll put a link in the description for anybody out there who's watched the first minute of this video today and you're suffering from the same feelings that I'm speaking about here, where you feel as though you have no place on this planet, where you feel as though you don't even know why you're here. You feel like you've got no purpose, no sense of identity, and you feel like everything and everybody is against you. If that's the case, go and read my book, Misadventure, Lessons Learned from a Life of Ups and Downs, where I speak a lot about the trials and tribulations that I went through 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I think it was a 2 or 3 year period of my life, which was as dark as the night sky. And the fact that I'm still here today is testament to the fact that I was able to recover. I was able to change the demons that were swirling around in my mind. And I was able to restore my life and get my life back to a place where I had meaning again, I had purpose again, and I had, most importantly, a sense of self-worth. And I began to like myself and love myself again, because for a lot of years, I freaking hated myself. When I looked at myself in a mirror, I hated the reflection that was staring back at me. Honestly, you have no idea how much I despised my very existence 6, 7 years ago. But I'm here today to tell you that you can overcome and you can rise back to the top. Slowly but surely, one foot in front of the other is all it takes. And I'll talk to you a little bit about the steps. So let me take you back to 2019, the year that very nearly broke me. At the time, it felt like every single day was quite literally just another battle that I couldn't win. I'd wake up feeling defeated before I even got out of bed. In fact, some days I didn't even get out of bed. That's how bad it was for me. The world felt heavy, suffocating, and totally unfair and unkind. And you know what the worst part of it was for me? I felt completely and utterly alone, even though I knew I wasn't. Now, I can't pinpoint the exact reasons that caused this downward spiral in my life. If I'm brutally honest, and if I go back and look at the events prior to 2019, the only real explanation that I have is this pursuit of climbing Everest that I had for 20 years of my life. So for events outside of my control, that dream didn't happen. Now, I came home and assumed that I was okay. Thought I would move back into my life, Everest would be a done deal, I'd forget all about it, and life would begin again, and life would start a whole new chapter of my life. I'd moved my ladder and put my ladder up against another wall now, with the aims of reaching the top of whatever else I wanted to go into. The breaking point for me, there came a moment in 2019 where I knew I'd reached the end. I just told myself, I can't do this anymore. I'm completely and utterly broken in pieces and I am done. I'm done hoping, done fighting, done pretending that everything is okay when it isn't. But there was something inside me. There was a tiny flickering flame that refused to give up on me. I kind of refused to give up on myself. Maybe it was stubbornness, or maybe it was just survival instinct. Whatever it was, it kept me going long enough just to take one more step. The step was a small one for me, but it was the first step on my road to recovery. And this first step that I took was admitting I had a problem, was finally letting people try and help me. So for years, I'd blocked out and shunned all help. The whole "I can deal with it myself" analogy was kicking in. Anytime anybody asked me if I was okay, my go-to response was, "I'm fine, no problems whatsoever." When the reality was, I was breaking to pieces inside. But the first step back to recovery happened when I finally admitted I had a problem, and when I finally allowed a circle of people into my life to begin helping me rebuild and become the person that I knew I could be again. So my recovery wasn't a straight road. I mean, it never is. There were good days and there were bad days, but slowly I started to find my way. I realized that I couldn't do it on my own and that I did need the help of others. Now, asking for that help wasn't easy because it made me feel extremely vulnerable. But I learned from that vulnerability wasn't the weakness that I thought it was. It was courage, but in disguise. I also started focusing on the little things. Getting up every day, making my bed, having a cup of coffee, watching the sunlight come in through the window. Those small things were absolutely huge at that moment of my life. What are the lessons that I learned along the way? Number one, adversity teaches resilience. Life's hardships shape us in ways that we don't understand until much later in life. I'm not saying that we should all celebrate our pain, but I do think it has something to teach all of us. And with that, I learned that I was much stronger than I ever thought possible. Number two, those small wins do matter. Now, you don't need to leap out of bed every morning ready to conquer the world or go and climb Everest. Sometimes just standing up is enough. Just simply getting out of bed is enough. Making yourself a glass of water is enough. Brushing your teeth is enough. These are the small wins in life that matter more than you will ever realize. Progress, no matter how small, is still progress at the end of the day. Number three, connection was, is, and will always be key. We're humans, we're social creatures. We're not meant to go through life alone. Talking to someone, whether it is a friend, therapist, or a family member, can make a world of difference to you. And number four, another thing that I told myself when I was going through all this darkness in my life is that your story isn't over. No matter how dark it gets, the pages of your life are not finished. I'm fond of saying this, but it's so true. You are the author of your own story. So start writing the next chapter. Don't think about writing the end. It's your life at the end of the day. Endless possibilities, horizons out there. You just need to see that, and you need to forge your own path towards those chapters of the book that you want to see. It's your bestseller. Create it. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, oh, that's great for you because you managed to recover, but I haven't, and I won't recover. I'm in the pits of hell right now, and I don't see a way out. I just want to say to you that I hear you loud and clear. I've been there. I had those exact same feelings that you have right now. And I know how hard it is to believe things can change, but they can, and they will. It's okay to feel lost, angry, or defeated in this life. And it's okay to scream or to do nothing for a while. Just don't give up. Keep taking those tiny steps to recovery. And one day you're going to look back and you're going to realize how far you've came from the way you feel right now. So today I'm actually in quite a good place, finally. But that doesn't mean I always was, and it doesn't mean I always will be, because life throws challenges, life throws curveballs. You live for the now. We live in the present. Nobody can control the future. We can't control what's going to happen in our life, but the one thing we can control is our mind. That's the only thing that we have power over, is the power of suggestion, the power of thought. If we allow darkness back into our mind, it's easy to take over again. But with certain tips, tricks, and techniques, we can keep the darkness away, and we can keep building to the life we want. So yes, although I am in a good place, that doesn't mean my life is perfect. Far from it. However, I have learned to face the difficulties and the challenges head on, and also with a brand new perspective, one that's much more optimistic rather than the pessimism that used to swirl through my mind. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? It's only me. What I've since started asking is, what can I learn from this? And believe me, that simple shift in mindset has changed absolutely everything in my life. So what are some practical tips that you can adopt in your life that will help you to move forward? Firstly, reach out. Do not isolate yourself. Whether it's a loved one, a therapist, a counselor, an online community, just reach out. There's somebody there who can help. Don't stay alone. Find somebody to talk to. Number two, focus on those small wins, as I've said. Celebrate those tiniest victories in your life. Like you've just won a world championship, even if it's just getting out of bed, going for a walk, or enjoying a morning coffee. Number three, and this is a big thing in my life, and it's practicing gratitude. Every single night you should write down before you go to sleep one thing that you are grateful for in your life. No matter how small that thing is, write it down and get into the habit of being grateful for things that you have in your life, rather than dwelling or looking at the things that you don't have in your life. Number four, and this is a huge one, and it's be kind to yourself. You absolutely deserve kindness in this life, especially from yourself. And number five, if those previous four steps, if you don't feel as though them by themselves are enough, seek the professional help if you feel that you need it. There's no shame in getting professional support. It's a sign of strength. not weakness. I used the website betterhelp.com, and for about 3 months I spoke to a counsellor who kind of got me to see everything that was good in my life. It was talking to a stranger I found invigorating, opening up, getting everything out that was just inside me, that was tearing me to pieces, releasing it all, saying those words out loud was more beneficial than anything I've ever done in my life, and that includes trying to climb that bloody mountain. So there is hope for the future. And to anybody watching this who feels like the world is out to get them and that you're done, I want you to know that you're not done and that things do get better. Life isn't always easy and it's not always fair, but it is worth fighting for. You are stronger than you think, and even if you can't see the light right now, it is there waiting for you to reach it. So if you remember nothing else about this little video today, please remember what I'm about to say right now. You've survived every bad day you've ever had. You are still here, you're still breathing, you're still alive. So that means that you are stronger than any challenge life has so far thrown at you. Yes, the world might feel like it's against you, but I promise you, there is a place in this world for you. This is Ellis saying I will see you on my next video. And remember, don't just watch wisdom, live it. Try something new, question something old, and become a little bit wiser-ish.